Alright, here's my Can-Am Outlander. I got the new tires put on it. We got the EFX Moto MTC tires. They're 28 by 10 by 14. They're a lot smaller than my 30-inch Silverbacks, and they handle a whole lot better. I took it out today. I've got the K&N airflow filter that I just put in it. The guy that had the bike before me never did anything to it. No oil, no diff fluids. And when I got the bike, I had to immediately change the rear diff. And I got the bike for a steal is the only reason why I bought it. I think I give $3,500 or $3,600 for it. And I've had to do a lot of work to it. Rear diff, I put the new rear diff in it. I'm fixing to have to put a new CV axle in it. And a new seal kit for the rear diff. That's coming next week. I boogered the rear seal up putting the axle back in, and I also busted that little silver seal right there when I was putting it all back together. I bent the fire of that seal, and now it's leaking from the CV axle and from the rear diff, and that was from my doing. My brother said, "Man, you've had to work on this bike an awful lot," and I was like, "Well, yep, I got it awful cheap too." And there's nothing really wrong with the bike other than there was never no maintenance done to it. None. And it's a mess right now, but I gotta clean it up. But the bike's just in awesome condition. When I first got it, it wouldn't even go 35 with the... Well, yeah, it did, but you had to push it hard to go 35. And it was in big tires on it. All the wheel bearings were shot. And I've replaced all of them now except for one. I've got one rear bearing left to change, and I think I'm going to go ahead and do that next week too when I take the rear diff stuff apart. Put a new seat cover on it. It didn't even have a seat cover on it. It was just foam sticking out. I got all that changed. Ordered a $79 cover for the seat, and then I paid $24 to have it recovered. Serviced the clutches, put a new clutch belt on it, and the smaller tires. And when I took it out today, we hit 69 miles per hour. It is fast. I didn't think it would be that fast, but it is. It's fast. Anyway, if I had some thoughts with it, it's a whole lot better than my Honda that I had. I had a Honda 200 SX a long time ago. Now that bike lasted for 10 years with nothing but the oil be changed in it. And if I would have serviced the chain on it, I probably still would have it. But the chain broke, it kinked up and knocked a hole in the oil casing, and then we just got rid of it. Now this bike so far, I love it. It's awesome. But I think I wanted something that was a little fast and dirt instead of all mud, and when I got this it was all mud, and that's what I wanted to do. But now I like going riding easy and through the trail, and the Gorilla Silverbacks beat me to death, so that's why I got these tires. And these tires are just awesome. I've only got 3.5 psi in each tire, and they just ride like a dream with the shocks. Man, it's such a comfortable ride. And that's all I really do. I like to ride out through the woods and explore, and if I need to go through the mud, I can still do it and still be comfortable doing it. The Silverbacks were just awful. I could ride maybe for 45 minutes and I was just plumb wore out. Couldn't do no more, and then I'd come home and hurt the rest of the night in my back, my shoulders from trying to turn them because it's a non-power steering unit. And I don't know, it was just crazy. So... And the air filter had never been changed either, and it was full of oil, like somebody had laid the bike over or flipped it. Well, I know it ain't been flipped, because if it would have been flipped, the snorkels and all would have been tore off of it. But anyway, it was surely laid over on its side because there was oil all in the filter, and I put a K&N filter in it just yesterday. And oh my God, what a world of difference in performance. Man, it will scream now. I've got it 30 something, almost 34, maybe 33 miles per hour faster than what it was when I first got it. That's a hell of a change. Anyway, that's just what maintenance in one can do. I changed the plugs in it too. I put Let's go this way. I still ain't cleaned my mess up from working on it. I put the NGK plugs in it. And I don't know what kind of plugs was in it. It was just awful. That's